Hey everybody, Coach Ross here, bringing you another video tonight. Before I talk about the video, I want to mention that I have started a Facebook page or Facebook group called X's and O's Football Talk, and that is meant to have any kind of coach that's any level, high school, middle school, youth, Pop Warner, whatever, come in and join the group and let's share some ideas. Let's just talk football. And putting a lot of great minds together allows for some great ideas to start sprouting out. So look for that Facebook group and join up. Also, if you like the content that I'm providing, please hit a like and subscribe. It would help me out and help me grow this channel a little bit. Today, what we're going to talk about is one of the quick game pass plays that I use in our offense. And this is meant to show you how I teach it. And if you are interested in going this route with your offense, then feel free to use whatever I show. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. So the quick game pass we're going to talk about today is the 4 verticals. And I know it sounds like it's a pass where you hear 4 verticals, you're just thinking 4 40-yard bombs down the field, and that's not necessarily the case with the pass play itself. You give the quarterback and the receivers options, and that's what we do as well. So I'm going to show it to you first out of 2x2, and then I'll show it to you out of 3x1. But here in our 2x2 formation, which we call doubles, I drew it up here real quick just against the 3-5-3 because that's typically what we see a lot of. So I wanted to show it to you that way. So first thing first is when we call the play and the quarterback comes to the line, he's got a pre-snap. He's got a pre-snap read, and he's looking at every single defender that's over top of the receiver. And what he's asking himself before he even starts his cadence is he's asking himself, who's open right now? Which receiver is open right now that I can get the ball to as quickly as possible? Because, again, it's part of our quick game, and we are having the quarterback take 1 or at most 2 steps and the ball's out. So he's asking himself, who's open right now? And how we determine who's open right now is actually an idea I stole from Coach Lasker. It was a great idea, so I had to steal it from him. Sorry, Coach. And that is we're going to teach receivers and the quarterback to recognize the depth of coverage, which means if the coverage, linebacker, corner, or whoever's on top of them, is less than 7 yards up on them, they are not open right now. So that's why you see this corner right here, he's about 5 yards. This one's even less. This one's about the same. So right now, these 3 receivers are considered not open right now. So what they do is they are doing an outside release, and then eventually once they get outside their defender, they're going to try and restack on the defender and get to the open grass. Because, again, this offense that we teach is all about finding grass and taking it, okay? So the first grass the quarterback is looking for, and the receivers as well, is looking for the grass that's closest to them. If they don't have the grass there because there's a defender there, then they're looking for the next available option, which would be deeper down the field. So that's why they are running their outside release, restacking onto the defender so that they are right in front of the defender instead of having the defender run alongside them, because it's an easier throw if that receiver can restack on the defender and get in front of him. And then he's trying to get to the open grass here. And again, if the quarterback likes this matchup and he sees the opening, he's going to take 1 step and he's going to throw it out there. Now, if he comes to the line, for example, in this scenario, this corner right here is about 8.5 yards off the ball. Okay, so right now, the Y receiver is open right now. So what that does is that changes some things, and that changes the fact that he would, instead of running his vertical, he would then change that route to a 3-step hitch route. So he would run 3 steps and turn around, and that ball's out because we've determined that he's open right now, and the quarterback can make that throw. Now, say, for example, all these defenders are off. All right, so right now he's got his options, and every single receiver is technically open right now. So what we tell the quarterback then on that in that scenario is you take your safest and your easiest throw. Okay, and a lot of times I like to think that for a right-handed quarterback, the easiest throw would be to this slot receiver to the left because he's going to come across his body. This way, if he was a right-handed quarterback, he would have to completely turn his shoulders around to get to the throw. As a left-handed quarterback, it would be just vice versa. And last year we had a left-handed quarterback, so then this throw would be the easiest, and that's the throw that he would usually make if it was open. And again, if these receivers saw this, they would not be doing the verticals. They'd be running their three-step hitch, and they'd be hitching right here. Now, one thing we do tell the quarterbacks to watch are these two linebackers. Now, a lot of times what we see in our league is a lot of times either one of these linebackers, either this one or this one, it doesn't really matter. It changes. They a lot of times like to creep up and come blitz on the outside, which is fine because, again, we're running a quick game. So the way we teach our linemen to vertical set and drop back to create a pocket, we're able to pick up the blitz, but he's getting the ball out so quick that the blitz doesn't really matter. So again, in this scenario, if every receiver is open at pre-snap read on the pre-snap read, then we are telling the quarterback to take the easiest throw. Okay. Now, if all defenders are up, again, it's the same concept. You're taking your easiest throw, all right, the throw that you like the matchup the best. And so we would tell him, especially if it's a right-handed quarterback, we're going to tell him the easiest way to do it right now in a quick game, since you're not making that big of a drop, you're looking inside out this way. Okay, because it's an easier throw. You do not have to necessarily turn your shoulders to get the throw and plant your and reset your feet. The easiest throw will be the left side first. So this is the situation you're looking at first, right? Because this will be the easier throw. Now, if he likes a matchup better over here, we give the quarterback the freedom to make that choice. So that is how essentially we run the four verticals. Oh, I forgot one more thing. We do have the running back as a check down. He swings out to whatever side he is on. From the quarterback, Okay, so in this scenario, he would be swinging out to the right side. Again, like I said in a previous video, is we designate a single word, which tells the running back either to be on the right or left side of the quarterback. And it doesn't matter. We can do it either way. But we just designate one word in the play call itself that tells F to be either on the right or left side. And sometimes he'll be even, sometimes he'll be offset. A lot of times, and I say most of the time in our offense, the running back is offset, like he is right here. Okay, this is out of 2x2. Now I'm going to show you real quick in 3x1. Okay, first in trips right, we call it. Okay, the same rules apply. The same rules apply. Again, we are looking pre-snap at which receiver is open right now. Okay, whatever receiver is open right now, we are telling the quarterback to throw the ball there, and they're running their three-step hitch. One thing I did not mention in the 2x2 was if there is any discrepancy, if the receiver and the quarterback are not sure, he's in that range where it's like 6-7 yards. I'm not sure if he's within 7 yards or not. And there are times when you're not really sure. If that receiver has any doubt, whatsoever, they're going to run a three-step hitch. They're just going to run their three-step hitch. If there is any doubt, they will run the three-step hitch. In this formation, there are a couple little changes. However, again, pre-snap, who's open right now. And so quarterback would make that decision. If not, then they're all running verticals. Now the verticals change a little bit with trips. And again, in our offense, H and Z do not, when they go over to the left side, which I'll show you here in a second, H will still be the inside receiver, Z will still be the middle receiver, X moves further out, and then Y would condense back into the line. Again, I bring that backside receiver in a little bit because I like to take advantage of this open area over here with a running back, or running a corner route over here, or running an outside zone. There's a lot of things we can do when we move this corner a little bit closer and condense him into the inside portion of the field. we can take advantage of this open area right here, which I like to do, especially get my athletes out on the outside and let them run. But here are the differences in our 3x1. All right. The differences is a lot of times what we will see when we come in our 3x1, we will see this safety shade over. Now, a lot of times they won't cover the inside receiver with the safety. They'll leave the safety back here, and they'll use a linebacker to shade over and cover the receivers, but they will have the safety over the top for the help. So when we see that, no matter if we see that or not, we tell the H, if you are running your vertical, you're not running your 3-step. If you are running your vertical, you're still doing your outside release. But once you grease stack on the defender, you are going to then cut almost like a post pattern towards the middle of the field and almost where the safety was, because typically a lot of times what we see is we see the safety shade over a little bit, and a lot of times he'll align himself in between H and Z just to add more protection there. So that's what we will tell H to cut his route almost like a post route and head where the safety used to be. Now, if that safety stays here, then we will have the H receiver cut it in a little bit more and cut in underneath him. That's what we tell them to do. That is the only difference in our 3x1 4VERTS with regards to the receivers. Now, the only difference is with the running back is instead of immediately breaking off to the side, he's actually going to go to the opposite. But what he's going to do first is he's going to come forward to check and see if there's the first man breaking through in the line. And if there is, then he's going to pick that person up. If there's no one there, then he's cutting across in front, because again, the quarterback is taking a 1 to 2 step drop. All right, so he has enough room to get in here and then sneak out here for the check down to the opposite side of the trip side. Okay, so that's our trips right for vertical play. And it really doesn't change much with our trips left. It's the same concept, same idea. Okay, again, pre-snap read right now. This corner right here is, that corner is well over 7 yards. Okay, so right now that receiver will be running their 3-step hitch. Okay, this one would be questionable, so that receiver could run the 3-step hitch as well, and everything else stays the same. Now, again, if these defenders back up, okay, then the quarterback has the options. Now, again, if we have a right-handed quarterback, trips left is a better option for that quarterback because of the way he throws with the right hand. He is coming across his body. He doesn't have to reset his feet and turn his shoulders to throw to the other side. So this throw would be a much, much easier throw because he can just plant and throw as opposed to turning his shoulders. But all the rules stay the same. All right, they do not change. Okay, so that right there is, again, our 4 verticals quick game. If you liked any of this content, please, again, subscribe. Leave any comments you can if you have any questions. And again, check out my Facebook group. Again, it's called X's and O's Football Talk. And let's share some ideas, and let's talk about football and find ways to score points and win games. All right, coaches, you take care.